What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we get the singles championship between the champ Dan Murrell taking on the beast William Bibbiani. These guys are two of the greatest players in Schmoedown history. They had a bit of a competition battle in the free-for-all. Dan edged out Bibbs, but Bibbs was MVP in that. But they face off here today. This really could go either way, but I gotta go with Dan on this one. But it's gonna be an amazing match. So without further ado, let's get it started.
That's right. You're my mother. Without me, you're nothing. I mean, someone who betrayed me, I get to choose the stipulations for the next match. So you know what? Andrew Guy throwing down the hammer has challenged Ben Bateman to a May showdown in Houston. Booker T's Wrestling Arena will house Guy versus Bateman May 18th. Guy versus Bateman in a stipulation match. Guy said if Bateman happens to beat him, he can choose his next singles opponent. If Bateman loses, Bateman will not be able to compete in this year's Ultimate Schmoedown singles tournament. That is a hefty price to pay. And on May 18th, you're done. Your season is done. Your career is done. There's no way I'm going to get nervous on that stage. I was born to compete. I was born to perform. All I'm saying is if you were going to do Central Intelligence, I was available too if you'd like the short guy stuff. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on, buddy? I was getting ready for my match. Oh, yeah. And you want to see me? Yeah, sorry. Just finishing up a conversation with my buddy DJ over here. So, look, man, I've been thinking this. You got this old, rusty old thing on your shoulder. I like it too, but, I got to tell you, I think we're done with the old. Okay. And we're in with the new. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I like that. Oh, is that mine? That is all yours for the moment, my friend. Okay. So, can I help you out here? I mean, this is the only time I'll give you this belt. Believe me, I'm just holding it till it gets to the dumpster. All right. But I want this to be all yours. Hang on, let's see. What do you think? It sits good. Yeah? It sits well. It feels right? It feels right. Sharp edge here. Mm-hmm. I might need a Band-Aid, but other than that, I think we're good. I like this. I like this belt. I like it too. Yeah. I gotta tell you. Now, I know you got your championship match ahead of you. Yeah. And I've been thinking a lot about this man. If you defend that belt again, I think I'm gonna have to do something. Okay. I'm gonna have to get you some more belt polish. You know what we call that? Commissioning. Have a good match, friend. All right. I thought he wanted to play me. Championship belts, and then there's fancy belts. I can't wait to see the belt itself, much less who's going to come out of this on top. William Bibbiani, the #1 contender, versus the current belt holder, Dan Murrell. Now, the thing is, it's funny you say that with the brand new belt. We saw Sam Levine presented the champion Dan Murrell with that belt, and gorgeous. Dan even said it, and I heard him say it a couple times, that it's funny. We've had 3 versions of the single belt. Dan Murrell has held all 3 of those versions of that belt. Yeah, we had the little tiny one, then we had a nice one, and now we have the big singles championship, that big one. You're thinking about the little dinky crap one we have for teams, but yes, that's the version of it too. You and I won. You should be proud of it. I am very proud of it, but I don't know. I'm more proud of Dan Murrell. The he's an absolute legend in the game. He made a big comeback last year. He didn't win the tournament, but he came back. He got a #1 contender shot, and he got it, and he took the title from Ethan Irwin in New York. And you figure that's good enough, right? Wait to defend it again. But what does he do? He gets himself into the free-for-all, and he wins the free-for-all. However, that wasn't the biggest story of the day, even though he won it. The big story was the man that he's playing today, and that's William the Beast Bibbiani. He started out as number 1 on the table, went all the way to the end, the final death between him, Dan Murrell, and JTE. Didn't pull it off, but came close and won the hearts of many by doing so.
I mean, he started getting chance of MVP halfway through the free-for-all, and deservedly so. One of the finest performances I have ever witnessed in any movie trivia Schmoedown event. And when you talk about guys who are studied not only in a variety of movie trivia categories, they can do it at bars, they can do it up here at the desk, they can do it in front of thousands of fans, and they're prepared to do it one more time here with it all on the line.
You said that before as far as the MVP goes. Yeah, he was the MVP, and because of that, he got a number 1 contender shot. That's not how he got here today. He got the number 1 contender shot because he won a match earlier against Lon Harris this season. Then he won a triple threat match against Ethan Irwin and John Roca to earn. He is on fire right now, and he still has that number 1 contender match in his back pocket. Now the flip side of that is Dan Murrell won the whole free-for-all. He has a title shot in his back pocket. He can use that whenever he wants. Whenever. So that's also, it's up in the air as far as what's going to happen inside of this match in the future. So much happening. Of course, we got Houston coming up. But let's just hear from our competitors, the challenger and the contender. Here we go. Now you got the Beast, Bibbiani, who since this thing started, flooding my email box saying, I should be the guy. I'm the champion. I can be able to do this. Get me in there, coach. I want to play. And now he gets his chance. Growl, Beast Arenas. Bibbs is back, and I am still standing.
For 2 years in a row, the MVP, William the Beast Bibbiani!
That's right. I haven't sat down since free-for-all. I am pumped, and I am on a collision course, and I am here to play the dangerous one, Dan the Earl Murrell. That doesn't make any sense.
Champion of the world once again! 3-time champion of the world!
Back from New York, it's great to be back in the studio. It's great to be anywhere with the Schmoedown title belt on my shoulder.
I don't know about you, Dan, but I've had one hell of a season so far, all right? I knocked out contenders, taken on the title champions in the highest scoring team match in history at free-for-all. Jeremy Irons and George Purdue.
And your winner!
William Bibbiani on a all-time legendary roll. I am the hardest working man in the Schmoedown. Hell, I run the Schmoedown site. Where have you been?
Your winner! Dangerous Dan Murrell!
I've been hearing about Bibbiani since before I retired. Everyone was talking about Bibbiani is the heir apparent. Bibbiani is the greatest to ever play this game. I stood up there next to him at the free-for-all. That was his turf. That was his game. And I outlasted him. I went into Bibbiani's event and beat him. Can he come into my event and beat me?
Just kind of saunters in like the back third of the free-for-all. Just like, do-de-do-de-do. I'm Dan Murrell. And then he just comes in and he wins. Because he's all good and stuff.
The only person that can beat you apparently is Dan Murrell.
Hopefully, if somewhere down the road I really want to challenge Dan for realsies.
This is the first time these two have ever faced each other, and what a championship match it will be. We're going to see Bibbiani and Murrell. They're going to clash, and they've been talking about this match for a long time, and we finally get it.
I still got that title shot. I got it in my back pocket, and I can use it anytime I want.
I'm cool. I got a free contenders match. I can come back like next week.
Beast, this is a clash of the titans. We went head to head, and I eked it out, but I can do it again. This isn't free-for-all. This isn't a best of 5 questions. This is a best of 5 rounds. And at the end of the day, I am going to come out on top. And if for some reason you take this belt from me, the game might not be over.
I have one last thing to say at the end of this promo to give the editors something to work with. Dan, I am so looking forward to playing you. You are so talented. It's the best. I've wanted to play you for forever. So let's go, buddy. Let's go.
I mean, you look at that, what I'm most excited about, I gotta be honest with you, is just watching the entrances because Dan Murrell always comes in, he's cool, he's calm, he's collected. William Bibbiani, he always does something spectacular when he comes through the curtain, something unexpected. I think he saved his best for here today. We're about to find that out.
You usually do. I mean, he is a showman, but he's also, like I said, when William Bibbiani joined the league in 2016, they were saying he is the next Dan Murrell. He is going to be the heir apparent. And he had a bumpy road. I believe, and I think a lot of other people believe, he is playing at the potential that we thought he would now. His stats are incredible. This is the match you wanted to see. If you ever wanted to see Dan Murrell against William Bibbiani at their best, it's today.
It's right. I mean, these are two guys who are competing to be on the Mount Rushmore of the movie Trivia Schmoedown. Christian, it's like Washington and Jefferson going at each other presidenting.
Well, here are some notable accomplishments for our contenders. We start with number one contender, William the Beast Bibbiani. He has been the MVP for the free-for-all 2 years in a row. He is a former singles movie trivia Schmoedown champion and the best entrances in town. And then you have dangerous Dan Murrell, the free-for-all winner, 3-time champion, and has defended the title a record 3 times in the course of his 3 runs.
That is correct. And if you didn't hear Christian over the volume of my jacket, he did say we're going to be in Houston. May 18th is when the movie Trivia Schmoedown goes to Texas. They do things big in Texas. Everything's bigger there. They love their state, and we are going to be happy visitors. I'm also doing stand-up May 17th at the Joke Joint right down the street. And get tickets at markelslive.com. Tickets for the Schmoedown at either my website or triviasd.com or the schmoedownlive.com.
That's right, May 18th. Now, will Dan Murrell be walking into that match, the Founding Fathers versus Double Toasted, with that title around his waist? We'll find out, and we're about to find out right now. Mark, are you ready?
Oh, dude, I've been ready for this since I was born.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown! 5 rounds for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the world. Introducing first, the challenger with a record of 7 wins, 5 defeats, and 4 knockouts. He is the 2018 and 2019 free-for-all MVP and the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, the number one contender, William the Beast Bibbiani. So, you thought it was going to be something cool. You thought it was going to be another big entrance. You thought Bibbs, he's the guy with the big entrances. It's a championship match. It's going to do something huge. Well, I'm out of ideas. Didn't have anything clever. Didn't have anything funny. I don't even have a cool movie reference, something everyone likes. So I'm just going to walk out of that curtain, and I'm going to give you a match to remember. Are there gremlins coming out? We're doing it in post. Oh, okay. And his opponent, representing the 5 Horsemen, with a record of 11 wins, 4 defeats, with 7 knockouts. He is the 2019 free-for-all winner. And the reigning, defending, undisputed Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan sizes up the challenge, shaking hands, getting ready to play. The brain is up. Look at that belt. Look at that belt. Look at that. Look at that.
Look at the sportsmanship.
Yes,
Dibs.
played. Dibs.
I call dibs. Bibs dibs.
Bibs dibs.
sit down while Bibbs is standing. Can I stand up too?
If you want to, absolutely.
Oh, two standing.
I don't want to be impolite.
Okay. All right. So with that, the champion, the challenger, set down for this 5-round championship battle. And Mark, how does it work?
In round number 1 of this 5-round slate, you're going to hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as we ask a question, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. After that, 15 seconds is up and we address you by your name. Please show what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. I will remind each competitor you have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question, you need to repeat it, or you just want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any time throughout the 5-round match.
All right. So we ask the champion, are you ready?
Oh yeah, let's do this.
Challenger, are you ready?
Growl, growl.
Then let's get ready to schmoedown! 5 rounds. Question number 1. In the realm of action-adventure, which film in the Die Hard franchise is known for the line, Simon Says?
Need the
Title. We need the title, not the number.
Not the number.
I was getting there.
You can't just be like, oh, it's Die Hard 8. I bet we're getting that.
I bet you so, too. 5,
Die Hard
4,
with a Vengeance.
3, 2, 1. Dan?
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Yes, sir. William?
Die Hard with a Vengeance!
Tie game.
One of the best alternate endings in movie history. Shout out to Chris Stuckman for introducing me to it. All right, your next question comes from the world of classics. Classics. Your question is simple. Who directed Lawrence of Arabia? And a hush falls over our studio audience.
5, 4, 3.
Thank you, Dennis, then, for always talking about this movie. David Lean. Thank you, Dennis.
2, 1. William?
That would be the incomparable David Lean.
Yes, Dan.
David Lean.
Tie game.
Other stuff?
All right. Famous actors and actresses. Chris Cooper plays horse trainer Tom Howard in which 2003 sports film?
You ever ridden one?
Seabiscuit.
Sport?
A horse.
Oh, yes. 5.
Have it?
4, yeah. 3. Goes to New York. 2, 1.
What, around town?
Pens down, please. Dan.
Seabiscuit?
Yes, William.
Seabiscuit.
Tie game. Tie game. Okay. Next question.
All right, your next question comes from the world of animated movies. These are animated films drawn by hand or on a computer. Your question, who voices the character of the Underminer in The Incredibles and The Incredibles 2? All right, so back to this horse riding thing.
Yeah.
So, what, you just... around
Was that a
plains?
ranch?
Oh, he said New York.
In New York.
Imagine
A ranch.
you're riding
the
like a
ranch
horse.
in New York. It wasn't Manhattan, you dumb.
Hey, go get on my horse, go get a slice.
4, 3, 2,
John
1. Hands down,
Ratzenberger?
please, starting with William.
Pretty sure this is wrong. John Lasseter?
No, and William? Dan?
John Ratzenberger?
That's correct. Okay, next question. Next question. Fantasy sci-fi. Which actor plays Data in the Star Trek franchise?
All right, last question.
Oh, here we go.
What was the name of the horse?
Brent Spiner.
Larry.
That's so... Nobody's ever named a horse Larry.
They should. 5,
Looking for a Snickers.
4, 3. Larry Snickers. 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Dan.
The great Brent Spiner.
Yes, William.
The great Brent Spiner.
5-4. 5-4.
Right, Brent Spiner. Yep. Great Independence Day. Your next question is in the world of comedies. And your question. Justin Long, Anna Faris, Ryan Reynolds, and Christian Harloff, I read that wrong, Dane Cook, star in what 2005 film?
Wait. Waiting.
Is the beast going to have to use a JT?
Maybe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
gonna let
Hands
go.
down, please. Start with William.
Just flat out didn't have it.
Dan.
Is it Just Friends?
It is not.
Looking for Waiting.
Waiting.
That's even the one I was thinking of, so yeah.
I know Dane Cook's filmography so well.
Dane
Let's get
Cook.
with this.
Did you see his Dennis Rodman film?
Yes.
Terrible.
I remember. Double take? Yes.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Here we go.
No, Double Team was the other one.
Doesn't matter. Double team.
Yeah, Double Team was the Van Damme. Anyway.
It doesn't matter. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Now, here we go. Question 7.
It's actually Simon Says.
Let's just ask the question. Number 7 is from horror/thriller. Horror thriller. Karen Kusama directed this 2009 horror film that was written by Diablo Cody and stars Amanda Seyfried. Excited to go eat in Houston? On a horse. They have a deep eating rhino horse in Houston. 4, 3,
Jennifer's Body.
1. Hands down. Dan.
Jennifer's Body?
It is. William.
Jennifer's Body.
Correct. 6-5. 6-5. All right. All right. Your last question comes from Patreon. That's right. This is a Patreon question. Courtesy of Andy Schick. Andy Schick. Thank you, Andy, for being such a great supporter. If you want to have your name read on a future match or even championship match, make sure you check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today. More details at triviasd.com. Now, Andy Schick, a longtime supporter of us, he wanted a question in the world of dramas. And Andy's question is, in 2018's A Star is Born, Jackson Maine's limo driver and rehab therapist are played by 2 of Bradley Cooper's co-stars from the TV show Alias. Name one of those actors. Yeah, it's a good Patreon. Kind of got a Murrell knee bend and kind of got an eye roll
Victor
from
Garber.
5.
Haven't seen the movie.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. William.
Victor Garber?
Incorrect. Dan.
I wrote John Favreau, but I don't know.
Looking for either Greg Grunberg or Ron Rifkin.
Grunberg!
6-5 though, so it is exactly what we thought it would be. 6-5. Bibbiani only missing 3, Dan only missing 2, and we have a 6-5 game going into round number 2. The wheel round. Mark, how does that go? The wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and justice. On that wheel, it is important to note this is a championship match, and the champion Dan Murrell elected to not have spinner's choice and opponent's choice on the wheel. So we have 12 different corners of movie trivia, know-how represented by a wheel slice. If you spin that slice, you're going to get 4 questions inside that world. Each question is worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. If a competitor misses a question, your opponent does have the ability to answer it themselves for points. If you are not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. And this wheel today here, Christian, is a sponsored wheel. Mr. Justin Roby sponsoring the wheel. Thank you, Justin, for sponsoring the entire championship wheel. His sponsored slices for today's match are 2010s and mixed bags. So thank you once again, Justin, for all of your support and patronage. All right. So both the champion and the challenger have all of their JTE rules. They both have their challenges. And because Dan has a 1-point lead, would you like to go first or second?
I will go second.
You're going to go second. All right. Then the challenger will spin the wheel. Bibbiani. Here's the spin. Nice spin. Good form on that wheel spin. Good etiquette. He grabbed it from the wheel, not the pegs. And did he see the follow through at the bottom? I did. It was very Fred McGriff baseball DVD. So he's going to go with dramas. Dramas. Does he want to keep dramas? He's going to spin away. Spinning away. There's that follow through again. Fate is in the wheel's hands right now. Fate is. It doesn't matter what he spins because there's no opponents or spinners. It's just that's what the wants to get one of his strengths, obviously. You'd have to look
Kevin
at
Smith.
Kevin Smith. You got it. Kevin Smith. Start. All right. William, you get 4 questions and Kevin Smith. In Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, there was a sequel mentioned to Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting 2 blank. What was the subtitle?
Hunting Season.
That's correct. Correct. Reminded of another Van Damme movie. Hunting Season. Who plays retired seaman Howard Howe in Tusk?
Michael Parks.
That's correct. 2 points. Wow. He knows his Kevin Smith. Next question. In Dogma, what is the name of the new religious icon Cardinal Glick is trying to make famous through his Catholicism Wow campaign?
Buddy Christ.
2 more points. That is a good pull. I would have gotten tripped up by Buddy Jesus. Yeah. Last question. What is the name of the first porn film that Zack and Miri set out to make in Zack and Miri Make a Porno?
Oh.
5.
I think I know, but multiple choice.
Is it A, Lord of the Dings, Harry Popper, C, Indiana Bones, or D, Star Wars?
I just wanted to hear you
Harry
come up with a bunch of
Potter.
made-up porn movies. That was delightful. It's Star Wars.
That's correct. Hold on.
Family man Christian Harloff riling off porn movie names.
All right, so now Bibbiani finds himself with a 6-point lead over the champion with a very strong Kevin Smith round. So now the champ takes the wheel and will spin it and hopefully land on something that he feels confident about if he wants to stay in contention.
There he goes. He is very afraid of the pegs. There it goes. Round and round.
Round and round we go.
It is a 5-round match, Christian, but round 2 is still so crucial to a competitor's chances at winning.
Stanley Kubrick. Staying with
He's going to keep Stanley Kubrick movies.
Good choice. Staying with Stanley Kubrick.
I'll take it.
All right, here we go. Stanley Kubrick.
All right, Dan. You have spun Stanley Kubrick movies. You selected it, so you're going to get 4 questions about that guy. Your first question. Who wrote the screenplay for Spartacus?
Dalton Trumbo.
Give him 2 points.
Nice.
We also would have accepted Bryan Cranston. Your next question. Which war is the setting of Kubrick's film Paths of Glory?
World War I.
2 more points. He pulls to within 2.
Is it done?
Of Bibbiani. It's 12 to 10. Your next question. What cast member from the original Star Wars trilogy was cast as a bodyguard in A Clockwork Orange?
David Prowse.
That's a deep cut, and that is correct for 2 points. The guy inside Darth Vader's costume. And your last question. In the world of Stanley Kubrick, which you seem to have a fair amount of knowledge about, what Kubrick film was adapted from a novel by William Makepeace Thackeray?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, 2001 A Space Odyssey, B, Lolita, C, Barry Lyndon, or D, A Clockwork
Barry
Orange?
Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon.
That's a point for Dan Murrell, and that's the lead.
Wow, what a fight so far. 13-12. Round number 2 sees the champion with a 1 point. Both strong, both very strong in the second round. And now we get to round number 3, which is the betting round, Mark. How does that go?
The betting round, so the wheel ain't going anywhere just yet because Dan Murrell finds himself in the position to spin that wheel one more time. Whatever category Dan spins, the competitors are going to hear a question from said category. Now that question's point value is going to be determined by you. You can wager 0 points, you can wager all the way up to 3 points, but keep in mind, if you get the question correct, you will gain that many points. If you get the question wrong, you lose that many points. Once we spin and select the category, you're going to write down how confident you are in terms of points in said category, and then we'll ask you the question. So Dan, when you're ready, okay, hop on back over to the wheel and give it a spin.
It's everything we wanted so far from the championship match, Mark. 13-12.
Yeah, this is, nobody's going home early from this one. Nobody's trying to beat that heavy Burbank traffic here today.
We're going to see where this is going to land here. Uh-oh.
Could be Kubrick again.
Mixed bag. Mixed bag.
So it actually could be Kubrick.
Could be anything. Could be anything.
Is
So
there
now-
a better category you can spin in the betting round?
This is a strategy here because the strategy it can go. It can
bet
be
1
anything.
point.
So what do they do? How confident are they of what they're going to get?
You got to wonder if it's going to be a question about a director because William Bibbiani pretty much aced the Kevin Smith category,
Right.
And then Dan Murrell did very well in Stanley Kubrick despite not having a question about the Kubrick film, The Moon Landing.
All right,
Dude.
All right, here we go. So
It's a little joke.
we have seen. So guys, have you written your points down? All right, points are written down. Here is your question. Here's your question. Okay. Will Smith portrayed famous boxer Muhammad Ali in Ali, which was released in which year?
Oh my God.
Movie release.
2001.
It's a mixed bag.
Coming out of mixed bag.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. William, how many points?
2.
And you bet.
2004.
And Dan, how many points?
2.
And you bet.
Oh,
Sorry.
I
You just said you answered.
2001.
2001 is correct.
Balls.
Dan gets 2 points. William loses 2
What a
points.
swing
That's
in
big.
the betting round here. Christian mixed bag, so it could have been anything, and it ended up skewing for Dan Murrell in the category of a movie release date question. So now Dan Murrell, 5 points over William Bibbiani, and now we move on to the speed round where more points can be won or lost.
Yeah, well, you make a great point here, too, because William was doing pretty well in that Shire Wolves match in speed round. It was, of course, the end. There was the mishap with the Beast, William, all that stuff. But he was playing well, William. And now we find ourselves, if William can get himself a good speed round here, he's right back in this thing.
Yeah, he really needs a good speed round here because Dan Murrell, the strategy really here is, does Murrell want to put his foot on the gas and try to get every question right, or does he want to hang back and see if William Bibbiani can get back in the ballgame or if he's going to sink his own ship? In round number 4, the buzzer round, because the buzzers are out. Here's how it works. There's a total of 5 questions. They're going to be asked by Christian Arloff. I, Mark Ellis, will be watching the buzzers to see who buzzes in first. As soon as a competitor buzzes in, you have 2 seconds to give us your answer. If you get an incorrect answer or it takes you longer than 2 seconds to get the answer out of your mouth, you lose a point. If you get the question out of your mouth within 2 seconds, and it is correct, you gain a point. Like I said again, there's 5 total questions in the speed round. The time starts when I say you by name. So if I say Dan, you have 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, William, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
That's what screwed me up last time, so pay attention.
Do the competitors understand the rules as I have administered?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, Christian, at your ready, and keep in mind, you don't have to wait till the end of the question to buzz in. As soon as you think you know it, have at it.
Here we go.
Dan knows the rules.
Here we go. All right.
Get the championship.
Can you tell them to me from the top one more time?
I actually can, which is sad.
All right. Who plays the wizard Shazam in
William.
Jaimin Hansu.
Correct. 1 point.
He's within 4.
Which actor appeared in the following films? Chronicle, Red Tails, and That Awkward Moment.
James DeHaan.
William.
Michael B. Jordan.
Correct. Who directed 2002's Minority Report?
Steven Spielberg.
Dan.
Steven Spielberg.
Correct. Question 4. Which year saw the release of the Ang Lee film Life of Pi?
2000. Life of Pi.
We're sitting this one out.
2009.
4,
I think.
3, 2,
No,
1.
2008.
It was 2012.
Well,
Looks like Dan might want to take a shot there at the end.
And I would have
But
been wrong.
William Bibbiani checked out early from
Here's
there.
your last one. Which one of the following 2007 films was not nominated for Best Picture? Not Juno, There Will Be Blood, or Gone Baby Gone?
Gone Baby Gone.
Gone, baby, gone.
Correct for 1 point.
Wow.
Dan
So
keeps his 5 points.
he's got the 5-point lead at the beginning of this match. William Bibbiani rattling off the first 2 very quickly. It looked like he could have tied it going into round 5, but then Dan comes roaring back. Neither one wanted to take a stab at another movie release day question. And Christian, like you said, we find ourselves again in a 5-point game with Dan Murrell walking into the final round with that lead.
Now, Bibbiani is only down 5, so he has a chance to come back here and win. If you look,
You've been playing great.
You're doing great.
Thank you, man.
Bibbiani finds himself 5 points down going into the championship round. Mark, how does round number 5 work?
Round number 5 works as thus. It's like a normal round 3, but this is a championship match, so that belt is on the line. Each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. We need 3 total numbers within that set. Each number corresponds to a different corner of the movie Trivia Schmoedown galaxy. The first question asked you is worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points and will, in all likelihood, determine the match. Because William Bibbiani is trailing Dan Murrell by 5 points, Dan, we're going to get your slate of numbers first, and then we're going to ask William his series of questions first.
Can I get number 8, number 14, and number 6, please?
8, 14, and 6 for the champion, the challenger.
1, 7, and 12.
1, 7, and 12 for William. You chose category number 1. That's comic book movies. Comic book movies. In which DC movie can you hear the following quote? I won't kill you, but I don't have to see.
Begins.
Batman Begins.
That's correct for 2 points.
Good movie, good answer, nice and quick.
All right.
Great movie.
For the 3-pointer, William. 3-pointer. Pixar. Pixar. Okay. At the beginning of 2006's Cars, there was a 3-way tie between veteran the King rookie Lightning McQueen and infamous Chick Hicks. Who voices Chick Hicks?
hater.
5, 4, 3, 2. Will Arnett.
We're looking for Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton. Yeah, Michael Keaton.
Didn't know that.
I like that Will Arnett guess, though. Yeah. I know it was a good guess. So William Bibbiani finds himself in this position. He has a 5-pointer with his number 12. If he hits it, it bounces back to the champion. However, if he misses, Dan Murrell will find himself with a TKO victory. Here is the category in question, William. Romance films. Romance films. In Serendipity, John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale meet in Bloomingdale's while trying to buy what?
That's, Black Gloves. Black Gloves.
Well, I've never seen it.
5.
Black Gloves.
So this is fun.
4.
Black Gloves.
3.
A ring.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, and still undisputed movie trivia showdown, champion of the world, Black cashmere glove. Black cashmere glove. They factor into the movie, you throw a glove, and then, oh yeah, we do love each other and all that, but that's that movie, Christian. You want to talk about serendipity? How about Dan Murrell and William Bibbiani going toe-to-toe? Murrell finding himself with a 5-point lead going into round 3. He did not have to answer a question, although Bibbiani gave a great game. And Dan Murrell is the first champion to defend the singles title since Sam Levine retired.
I remember that guy.
So Dan Murrell, now that is Dan Murrell's 4th title defense in all of his runs. He has beaten William Bibbiani, and what a run by William Bibbiani leading here today. One more round of applause for William the Beast Bibbiani. But now Dan Murrell will take that championship as he and John Roca head on to Houston to play double toasted. Dan will walk in, shoulders still as heavy as it is right now. And we are going to talk to Jen Sturger, who's got the champion and the challenger. Here we go.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with your still champion, Dan Murrell. Dan, I feel like we've spent a lot of time together.
I like our chats, Jen.
I know, because they always involve you winning and standing in this winner's circle with me, it seems. You've had a crazy year.
Yeah.
You really have. What is
Yeah.
this? So this is like your 4th title defense in your career, your first since obviously regaining the belt. How does this all feel?
It feels great. I love to play the game. Every round is awesome, but it actually, knowing that since I retired, no one had been able to hold on to this. There had not been a belt defense. Well, not since I retired, but since
Sam Levine, yeah.
Sam was here, that no one has been able to hold on to this. I love setting a new challenge for myself, and I think that it kind of echoes down to the rest of the league. I love for people to just get that much more fire, because I think that was a great match. I know it was a TKO, but I don't think that speaks to how well that match was played.
Actually, your 8th knockout. How crazy is that?
It's weird. I feel like it doesn't matter. I feel like they're still just as hard. Like I felt like that match against Bibbiani was just as hard as.
Was it because you were standing? How was standing, by the way?
You know what? I kind of dig it. Like, I don't think I would do it if I wasn't
The
playing
booth
him.
didn't
'cause
like
that's
it.
kinda
You're way
his
too
thing.
tall for
Yeah,
this.
so I tried to do like the stance where I'm like squatting a little bit. But yeah, I mean that's his thing. I think if I'm playing that gentleman over there, and I think we will be many times, I'll do it. But it'll probably be back to sitting down the next.
Look,
time.
I mean, Bibbs, Ethan, we've seen you play some of the biggest monsters in this game. Like, who is out there that could still potentially rival you and challenge you?
I mean, anyone could rival. I learned this the hard way. Anyone could rival and challenge me on any given day. But there are players out there that I haven't had a chance to play that people want to see.
Like who?
I've never played Drew McQueenie. Never played him one-on-one. I've never played Rachel Cushing one-on-one. There are some elite players in this league.
I don't know
I've
that
yet to
this
play.
building can handle that kind of competition.
That would be a
We
hell of
may
a
need
match.
some reinforcements.
Yeah, there's so many people out there that I would love to play, and just 3 rounds, 5 rounds, whatever the situation is, and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, I know this feels great, but I do
like
have
it.
to ask you.
Yes.
You still have Houston coming up against Double Toasted
Yeah.
with Roca.
Yeah.
You a little bit nervous? Like, is it weird going into these live events like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, live events, there's a different energy to it that just adds an extra bit of adrenaline. And also, if something's going to go wrong, if you blank or something, that you don't have to wait for the audience to watch it at home. It's happening in real time, right in front of you. Adding on top of that, and I've said it before, we're playing an away game. I mean, that is Double Toast. It's hometown. They're going to have hometown fans. That is going to be a hostile environment for John and I to walk into, and it's something I don't think we've ever really done as a team before. So I'd be dumb not to be nervous about it. We just got to go in there and take care of business.
I mean, isn't that what you two do best?
We try.
Well, congratulations again, man. I am so pumped for you. Bibbiani, I mean, you got to give it to him. He put up a hell of a fight today.
Great game.
But the GOAT showed up again.
Thank you very much. I'm going to try to keep on holding on to this thing. I like this version of talking to you and not the one where I'm like weeping.
Me too. Oh, Bibbs.
I'm good.
You promise?
I promise.
I
I'm
know
good.
how you are after these
no,
things.
No. First off, there is no shame to losing to Dan Murrell. Like,
Hell
none whatsoever.
No.
I wish I'd gotten him to answer a question in the final round. That's kind of lame. What are you going to do? But honestly, and I'm not kidding, and this is incontrovertible, 100% serious, I'm thrilled. Because you know what? I got a loss against Dan out of my system. You know, like I took him down. That was a practice match.
Yeah.
That was me going up there, giving him my best shot. I wanted to win. Didn't go my way. That's fine. Mixed bag. Didn't know they mixed it with...
Mixed bag in the betting round.
I didn't know they mixed it with poop. I didn't know they mixed it with poop. The poopy movie release states category. I did not know that they mixed it with poop. But that's fine. It's fine. But I'll be back. I'll be back, Dan. One way or another, I will be back. And we're going to do this thing for real next time because, yeah, that was a practice match for me.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like if this would have been an Iron Man match, we could have been looking at a different scenario.
I'm not in a position where I get to declare Iron Man matches. I don't know.
But you love one.
Oh, I'd love
real.
one. Oh my God, yeah.
Let's be real.
If I had won this, and I was gonna, but if I had won this, and then Dan had been like, I want a rematch, I'm gonna use my championship thing I got from Free For All, I'll be like, okay, yeah, but it's Iron Man now. Yeah, it's Iron Man now. You gotta do Iron Man. You got it, because that's what the people want. They don't want these regular matches. You want Iron Man matches. Everyone likes Iron Man.
I just feel like you got really screwed by the actual game itself. You know what I mean? Not the movie knowledge. Because let's be real, when it comes to movie knowledge, you and Dan, you're at the top of the food chain.
Honestly, you miss a question in first round in a championship match, you go to yourself, well, that sucks. But so did Dan. You know, I was one down from him, but no one got a perfect round right there. And honestly, that kind of took the pressure off because they're like, okay, you know what? Neither of us is going to give the most impressive performance anyone has ever seen. So we're just playing a match.
So you just haven't seen all the Cars movies or Serendipity?
I have seen all the Cars movies. I think I was confusing with the wrong character.
Yeah.
I think maybe they recast him in Cars 3. I'm going to have to look that one up.
But
That one kind of
you
bugs me.
haven't seen Serendipity?
I have not seen Serendipity, but
My
I
wife
did
is going to be so disappointed about that.
Okay, first off, my wife doesn't care. Secondly, I have seen Till There Was You, which is like the other Serendipity, and I thought that counted, but apparently not. Apparently that's not the same thing. So, whoops.
But you still do have that number one contender shot.
Oh, I have a number one contenders, and that's something I'm going to have to contend with. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to use that on. Here's the deal. With a number one contenders match, you don't get to pick your contender. I have to wait and see how the field comes out. And right now, I don't know who the contenders are. So I don't know if I'm going to use that for teams yet. I don't, because the Odd Couples got their title shot. I don't know who's coming up next. And I don't know who is going to be the new singles contender either. It could be Mark or Jeff or anyone. It could be anybody. So I'm going to just wait and see. I'm going to pick my moment. I'm just going to swoop in like a swoopy thing. One of those swoops? Yeah, the swoops.
Yeah.
Swoops. And I'm going to swoop it up.
Okay.
Swoop, there it is. Swoop, there it is.
Yeah, we're done here.
Growl, growl.
Look, as you come back, Williams obviously a little bit. He's not thrilled with the
guy
loss,
wanted to win.
No, but he gives a lot of respect to Dan. I know how much respect he has for Dan and how much he admires Dan.
A very classy matchup between two very classy competitors.
It was good to see, and Dan didn't have to use any title shot here today. He still got that
in his back pocket. So what will he do with it? What will we see? I mean, the focus went from this in the respect to Bibbiani to sitting back and wondering, is he going to defend that title at Collision? What is going to happen with the Founding Fathers? What will happen with corruption? What's going to happen with that title shot? We don't know. There's a lot of questions, but Dan Murrell, one more victory. He's the first person to ever go to 12 victories. He's got another title defense. This is his first title defense in his brand new reign. He's just adding to that legacy.
I've never seen a guy need a championship match less than Dan Murrell because he's got one in his back pocket, like you said. I don't know. You can put it on eBay for all I care. I mean, he does not seem to need it because he keeps winning every time he steps in front of a live audience, at the studio here, wherever Dan Murrell is. He's going to get more trivia questions correct than you, and it looks like him and John Roque are going to try to prove that again against the hometown favorite, Double Toasted in Houston, May 18th.
That's the big thing, though, here. That is the big thing, because out there with those belts are the Shire Wolves, the team belts, right? And Rachel Cushing is a double champion. Sam Levine has been a double champion. Dan Murrell wants to be a double champion. Don't be confused by anything. He wants to be a double champion. So will we see him go down the line to play for the team?
Okay.
But the thing is, they're on a road that they might not need that team title shot. Houston's going to say a lot. So if you are able to, if you can check it out, come to Houston at the Booker T Arena, where Booker T himself will be there doing a meet and greet. So buy your tickets at the Schmoedownlive.com. But if you can't be there, you want to watch it, go and check it out. It will be available if you're a patron. You can get it at the $10 level. If not, it will be available. Just go to either triviasd.com, which the great William Bibbiani runs that over there. So make sure you check that out every day. But there's so much going on. I'm so glad that we were able to call this match
Such
together.
a fun matchup between two all-time great champions. Like we said, there's a lot of competitors vying for those 4 Mount Rushmore kind of spots here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, and we saw 2 of the top contenders for that honor down the road here today.
So, guys, please comment below. What do you think? Who's going to be the one that can take the title away from Dan? Who's out there right now that you would like to see him challenge? How's it going to go? There's a lot at stake right now, a lot of balls in the courts to see what's going to happen and which contenders are going to be able to face Dan Murrell. A lot of great matches. Sam Levine has his hands full as commissioner. Emma's got her hands full as the team's commissioner. So many matches coming up for the great Baby Carrots. Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you next time.
I'm excited, but I'm gonna keep it very professional. I can totally do this. It's gonna be fun. Hey, Rachel! Hello! So good to see you. I'm not sure what's going on, but first, honestly, we haven't had a chance to say this yet, but you are killing it as a commissioner. Not that I ever had any doubt, honestly. Right. But everything you've done for the Intergeekdom League, for the Teams League, what you're doing for the Patreon, like, you are everywhere and everything, and I'm so happy you made the right decision, and whether it's a biased thing or not, commissioner we've ever had. Well, obviously, I think I'm a little biased as well, and I'm so proud of everything that you guys have continued to accomplish. And actually, speaking of your accomplishments, that's kind of the reason why I called you here today. Obviously, I know from all of our time together when I was managing you guys and our study sessions, how much winning the Intergeekdom belt means to you. It was something that you fought for so long, and I couldn't be prouder that you got it. And so I also know that the old Intergeekdom belt was really heavy. So I'm very excited today to present you with the new, oh my God, ever so slightly less heavy Intergeekdom belt. Look at that. Yeah. That is gorgeous. Brian Ward original? I do believe so. Yes. Incredible. Yeah. So much better on the shoulder. Yeah. I hope your other shoulder is ready as well, because there's more. Oh boy. Here's the team championship belt. And which is almost as much yours as it is ours. Yeah, I know. You, Clark and Rachel and I won these belts together. And I'm so proud that you guys still have them. So there you go. Oh my God. These are absolutely stunning. You are amazing. And this was perfect. I wouldn't want to get these from anybody else. Well, thank goodness. I am the commissioner of Team Intergeekdom, so there is nobody but me that could present them. Sorry.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank here, and it is time for your Schmoedown breakdown. And winner, Big title match just went down, and this was Dan Murrell's 9th match in the 5-round format, a division record. His opponent, William Bibbiani, came into this match riding high after incredible performances in the number 1 contenders match and the free-for-all. As the first round ended, just 1 point separating them both. Bibbiani's 5 points in the round is 2 points lower than his career average, while Murrell's 6 points was right in line with how he usually performs. In the second round, it was pretty much a stalemate as both added 7 points to their total. Bibbiani has not missed a second round question in 4 straight matches and has earned 84% of those points. Likewise, Murrell has gone 4 for 4 in 3 straight matches now, as well as earning 7 points in each of those outings. Now the third round is where things start to fall apart for the Beast, with a category of mixed bag, both Murrell and Bibbiani unsure of what to expect. And at the end of the round, a 1-point deficit for Bibbiani quickly turned into being down 5 points heading into the speed round. Once again, nothing was gained or lost by either player at the end of the round, since both went 2 for 2. If Bibbiani was going to make a fight of it, it would have to happen in the final round. He was able to get through his 2-pointer, but then would come up blank on his 3 and 5 pointers, which resulted in a TKO win for the defending champ, Dan Murrell, by a score of 17-14. Going inside the numbers, let's take a look first at how Bibbiani played. He went 12 of 19 for an accuracy rate of 63%. That's 15% below his career average. And Bibbiani has now played in 3 singles division title matches. As for the champion, Dan Murrell, he answered 87% of his questions, and with today's win, he has now won 4 in a row. In fact, he's the only player to have 2 separate 4-game winning streaks. So let's take a look at both of these runs. Now, when it comes to accuracy rate, there is no doubt that this second run by him is by far a more superior streak. His accuracy rate is up by 9%, and the same can be said for his possible points earned. Last time he earned 70% of his points. Now in this run, he has earned 79%. Now let's take a look at some of his other overall numbers and where they stack up against the rest of the division. He's the second player to earn 12 victories. The first to do it was Sean Roca, and his 16 matches is the third most all time. And his accuracy rate of 81% and his PPE percentage of 72% are both third best all time. And he has earned 282 lifetime points, which puts him at number 2 for most all time. And as for his steal rate of 72%, that makes him the 4th best steal rate of all time. And lastly, his 8 combined knockouts, consisting of 1 KO and 7 TKOs, are the most all time. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every weekend right here on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown channel on YouTube, and also on the Schmoedown podcast feed every Saturday. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
Well, it's a really good championship match. Bibbs, sorry you came up a little short today. But, like you said, you got that number 1 contenders match in your back pocket. Be interested to see whenever you choose to use it. And Dan continues building on his legacy. He is the GOAT. Can't be disputed. Another great win for Dan. Can't wait to see him and Roca take on Double Toasted in Houston. I got you guys winning that. Well, we'll see if you ever do face the Shire Wolves for the belts. That'll be a great match. But I will be back in the Shire Wolves. Love all the new belts. And, are they teasing Sam Levine coming back? Certainly seems that way. We'll have to wait and find out. But I think Sam's going to be back before the year is out. I'm calling that now. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But good match. If you like my reactions, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, ChrisWoodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fan Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, this is your boy C-Dub. Peace.